Hello everyone and welcome back to the latest episode of a podcast, Let's Talk Shop, wherein we get an opportunity to interact with various industry leaders. I am Gurleen Kaur Bedi, your host for today, and today we are in conversation with Mr. Pawanjot Singh, who is a co-founder of user experience design firm Brewex. Mr. Singh is an entrepreneur and has a very strong freelancing career and has created various seamless experience projects. Thank you, sir, for taking out your time and having a talk with us. To start with, I would like to ask, in 2016, you started your own design startup and focused much on Atmanirbharta and entrepreneurship, which today's designers are seeking a lot. So from your perspective, what career guideline should these designers follow to have the same trajectory in their career?
Thank you so much, first of all, for having me here. To answer your question, back in 2016, I started Brewex, my design studio, with a batchmate of mine. We studied together in NID Bangalore. But this idea of entrepreneurship was in my mind from much before. When I joined my first company, Career Launcher, at that time I saw people around me who were part of that entrepreneurship journey, who are doing their own things, they're taking a lot of work that they wanted to do on their own. So I could see that entrepreneurship spirit in them. And when I post-graduated as a designer, I joined Myntra as a full-time designer. At that time, I experienced the startup culture. I could see everybody hustling, everybody taking ownership of their project or the product that they're working on. And that ignited the spark in me to take up entrepreneurship whenever I'll get a chance to. And in 2016, I got a chance to work and collaborate with my batchmate, and we started Brewex. It was just two of us. We started out with the project that we were doing. So at that time, I had quit Myntra and I was freelancing. So I had a project in hand. He was based out of Ahmedabad and he had a couple of projects. So we just started very small with these 3 projects. But the idea was certainly not to think small, but to think big. And one reason for taking up this entrepreneurship path is that we felt that we can do much more as entrepreneurs. We can create more value for the design community, for the product community, for the industry in general than we could do if we were probably working in a company or in an organization as a designer. So my advice for designers who want to take up this path is that first, whatever project or whatever idea that they have, they really need to own it up. They have to have that sense of ownership. I think that's very critical, that's very important if you want to do any business or any idea that you have. You have to have the willpower to take it forward. A lot of times you would feel as an entrepreneur that you're probably not doing enough or things are not working for you. But the idea is to keep moving forward, to keep pushing yourself. And another advice I would have for designers is that it's not easy to have or start your own studio or have your own business, but it's not impossible. So if they really have the will, if they really have the strong intent to do it, I think they can definitely make it.
Nice. So you have seen people hustling in the industry and you started your startup with just 2 people.
Yes.
So there might be a lot of challenges which you faced during your journey. So some unique challenges which you would like to share with us so that the designers like us might get some learnings out of it.
Okay. So while I had a lot of challenges, I would say some of those challenges didn't seem that big, especially because one major factor that I feel that worked in our favor was because it was 2 of us. So one advice that I would have for everybody is to, if they can start their venture with a friend of theirs. So 2 people or 3 people starting, they can support each other. So if one person feels a little low, the other person can pull him up. So that really helps. So if one of the founders is probably working on a design, the other can actually go out and meet a client.
Definitely, sir. Design industry has evolved a lot, and every designer nowadays has to widen their horizons just to fit in the industry. Like, sir, I remember you mentioned about that you set the bar very high when it comes to recruiting your interns or anybody in your startup. So what comes under that listing?
Okay, so earlier when we started out, we looked at mostly the work, the portfolio that they have, because we thought that's what is the most important thing that a designer should have, is a really good portfolio, especially when it comes to having a good visual design portfolio, because we felt that most people in the industry, especially clients and other companies, they look for really high quality output in terms of visual design. So that is something that we started to focus on. We started to find people with the right mindset, with the right attitude, and we felt that these are the people we can work with, and we can polish their skills over a period of time. When it comes to hiring senior designers or people with experience, we obviously look for not just a good portfolio, we look at certain additional skills, like leadership skills, how good they are with other designers, their interpersonal skills, how well they manage in high pressure situations, how they approach a given problem. So we, in the initial days, we used to give out these small design tests, but these days we understand that a designer's time is also very valuable, even if they are seeking out opportunities. So a lot of times we do these whiteboarding exercise with the designers, either on site or virtually. So that just helps us understand how they approach a given problem, how they understand a given problem, do they ask relevant questions or not, so on and so forth.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your opinion. It definitely gonna help our listeners in their design journey. For more updates on Chitkara Design School and information on events and workshops, make sure you follow Chitkara Design School on Instagram, LinkedIn and Facebook. And to watch more design-driven content, you can jump onto the YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Until then, this is me, Gurleen, signing off. Thank you.